Let's go next to let's go to Ty from Connecticut. Ty from Connecticut, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, Vienna sounds pretty nice right now.
Yeah.
Or with that other place. My question is a two-parter,
Okay.
and it's a little more abstract than I think the other question's been a little more direct, a little more kind of in the weeds. Do you think that Donald Trump is an effective political communicator?
Well, see, here's what's very interesting. Trump's statements, Trump's delivery is one of the most incoherent I've ever heard from a president, in the sense that he will, make up words, say things that don't make sense, say one thing and then say the opposite, never answer a question, lie. Analyzing it objectively, he can barely put together a sentence.
If you're like logical and rational,
but at the same time, which is what I'm getting to, at the same time, his method of communication has been hugely effective to the people that are even likely to consider voting for him. Right. So his method won't work for somebody who sees Trump and says, this is a grotesque, ignorant buffoon. But for folks who are open to the idea of being told, the reason you don't make more money is because of China and I will fix it, or Mexico and I will fix it, it actually is effective. So the answer, there's not a clear-cut answer. It depends on who you're trying to appeal to.
Right. So the second part is, and you can rearrange the question how you want, but I kind of want to try to do a broader subject, which is, do you think sort of the Democratic establishment, I don't know, the DNC, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, do you think that they are effective political communicators? And I'm going to actually add this too.
Yeah.
And you can answer it however you want, but I maybe you can even touch back on the Trump thing. I think when I think of the question, like effective political communicator, I think of like getting, quote, what they want done, whatever what they want is. If I or you might disagree with it. Do you think that they are effective political communicators in that way? And the reason why I'm asking the question is I don't think they are. And I suspect that you might. And I want to hear kind of like your explanation why you do.
Honestly, of the people you listed, the only one that I think is really an effective political communicator is Barack Obama. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they're in the positions they're in, not because of being gifted speakers. They're in the positions they're in because of being gifted schmoozers and fundraisers and insiders. As far as Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, Joe Biden is not what he was at one point. I think in the early 2000s, and while he was vice president, I think Joe Biden was quite an effective political communicator, although he wasn't always in positions of that speech making as big of a difference. But of the people you listed, Barack Obama is the one that really, Bill Clinton in his heyday was a very effective political communicator. And as you're saying, this is aside from policy. But no, the people you listed mostly are not great communicators.
What then you have to consider as a whole, sort of the Democratic establishment. Is the Republican establishment good political communicators? I'm not sure, maybe to their demographic.
Yes, exactly.
I guess just to sort of round up the question, the Democratic establishment as a whole, if they want to, and this is kind of where I get frustrated. Presumably their agenda is not the Republicans' agenda.
Right.
So, I mean, if you have an agenda that's not the Republicans' agenda, are you effective at getting people to be motivated to politically, whether it be vote for you or whatever, go, vote in the Senate, whatever, are you, and this is where I kind of from the left get really concerned. And I think that your comments have been actually rather refreshing. But yeah, as the establishment, because I think this is where they need to, I think I think everyone thinks this and is looking at this honestly, like, it's like a branding problem, I guess, if you're
and listen, that's check out my interview from who knows how long ago With George Lakoff about this issue. Like I've not hesitated to point this out. It's absolutely a problem. Listen, I've got to run because I've got a bunch
Yep.
of people to get
Yep.
to. I appreciate the call. We're taking just a very, very quick break. If you're holding on to talk to me, don't hang up because I'll be going right back to the phones momentarily. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver, and here's how it works. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft. And it's free. There's no catch whatsoever. But if you want, Privacy also offers a $10 a month plan that gives you 1% cash back and lets you create 36 credit cards a month, and a $25 a month plan tailored more for small businesses where you can create 60 card numbers a month and much more. But definitely go ahead and at least get started with the free plan. You'll protect your financial info. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.